Hello YouTube. Today I'm actually going to do something a little different. This is the Mr. N3SE6R speaking, and today is actually going to be a review of all Nascar diecasts that have their names on them, plus the sponsors that they decided to take out of the video games, and just a little more. So, okay, so here we have, it's the number 2 Rusty Ford. This is from 1998 Team Rusty. I know it doesn't say team on it, but to be honest with you, it's a lot different than the Miller Lite car. Obviously, because the Miller Lite has like white around here, but however, it's just all blue here. So it's like, it should be like, you know, one of those Miller Lite cars that Rusty Wallace had in the early 2000s. You know, the Miller Lite Fords. So that's how it is for this car. I have to say, it's not that bad of a car. I mean, I've seen worse, though. You know, just it says Rusty, but I really don't think it's a bad logo. So I think they didn't really do that bad of a car. It's actually signed, if you can tell right there. And yeah, that's all I have to say about the Rusty Ford. It's not that bad. Not as good as a Miller Lite back in the 90s, but, you know, what the heck. This one right here is so bad that I don't understand how even a Walker 24/8 could possibly love this car. I mean, this right here is the 2009, 2009 Kurt Dodge. I mean, it is a really bad car. I'll tell you what, the logo itself right here it's just terrible. See, there's absolutely no 2 here, which kind of makes it worse because, you know, at least the number 2 is kind of satisfying. But you got the number 2 right here, Kurt, and this is supposed to be 2009, but obviously it's not. It's got the Penske right down there. See there? It's supposed to have like Kurt 2, great taste, less filling. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is such a really horrible car. Cannot stand it. It's totally ruined a bad reputation on the Miller Lite cars. In fact, I would have to say, to be honest with you, you guys are not gonna believe this, but it's actually better than Miller Lite cars, because Miller Lite cars are possibly worse than the 2 Kurt. I'm not even kidding. It's hard to believe that, but you know, whatever. This cars are just really horrible. So here we go. Here's the number 2 Brad Dodge from Nascar Game 2011, and at first I thought there was no diecast for it, because, you know, there's so many Miller Lite cars that, well, I mean, like, you know, because 2011 Brad Keselowski's car would be like the can Miller Lite car, the one that's pouring in. But this is really bad. I mean, you know, at least you've got Brad, Pennzoil 2, Brad, Ruby Tuesday at the back. Well, that's interesting. You got Penske, Brad 2. I mean, now one thing that's so much better than this car, or one thing that's so much better than the Kurt Dodge for this one, is that it's got like the yellow at the bottom. You see the yellow? Yeah, that's what's better. But the car is probably has like a lighter blue to it. And in fact, the Brad, at least it's like big enough where you could possibly see it. However, the Kurt was much worse. It was like, I guess, smaller, but I mean, this is not as bad as the Kurt Dodge. But I normally call this the stupid Brad Dodge. I mean, really, no little kid would ever say this is a real car. I mean, sorry, the 2 has Miller Lite on it with the can pouring into the glass. Back then, in last decade or so, you could possibly trick the kids into thinking that, oh yeah, well, they didn't sponsor Miller Lite, they sponsored their name. But nowadays, you just can't. It's not possible. Not even if you put it into a video game, it's just not possible. So it's real stupid. So anyway, okay, here is the number 8. Sorry, hang on for a second. Okay, here's the number 8. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Chevrolet. It actually says Budweiser here. I'm not really sure why they put Budweiser. But anyway, this is like stars. There's stars all over it. 2000. and it's a really interesting Dale Jr. Chevrolet. However, I like this better than Budweiser. I know people are gonna probably say, how can you possibly like this better than Budweiser? It's because, I mean, it says Dale Earnhardt Jr., which probably has more lettering. So that's probably why. So actually, this one's pretty cool. You know, it's got the stars on it. At least it says Dale Earnhardt Jr. Chevrolet. At least they give you the full name instead of like Rusty or Kurt or Brad. They don't give you the full name. They just give you like the first name. They don't give you like the last name. It'd be at least better if they put like the full name, but no. They're so stupid. Anyway, here we go. I know it's really hard to see. This is a 2004 Dale Earnhardt Jr. Chevrolet. Now, this Dale Earnhardt Jr. Chevrolet, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's just not a good kind of Dale Jr. Chevrolet. Like, it's Dale Earnhardt well, not really Dale Earnhardt Corporate, but it's actually like the Dale Jr. Foundation. That's what it really is. It's the Junior Foundation. But to be honest with you, I mean, it's still a good car. It just is not as good as, like, let's say, like to 2001 or 2002. No, even the 2000. Yeah, 2000, 2001, and 2002 Dale Earnhardt Jr. Chevrolets were better because 2001, 2002 had the Curse of Ride, and 2000 just plain better because, you know, the print. But this one just is a little worse. But it's still not that bad of a car. A lot better than the Budweiser. Just a lot better. Cannot stand that Budweiser. Sorry, just there's absolutely nothing special about the Budweiser. Anyway, so here we go. Here's the 2005, 2006, 2007 Dale Earnhardt Jr. car. This right here is the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Now, this car is horrible. Now, I mean, it's not as bad as Budweiser, but I would have to say it's really, like, if you would want to say, like, it's just bad. But it's not as bad as Budweiser. So, obviously, you know, when it came down to Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, it just got really bad. Sorry, right there, my pages are, like, freaking, like, all over the place. But, yeah, like I said, better than the Budweiser, but, I mean, still, I mean, just take a look at it. It's the team name, so at least, you know, I don't know, it could possibly be worse, but I think they had this back, like, in NASCAR 90, or NASCAR 99 Legacy, 2000, and possibly NASCAR 2001, just the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. But then yet again, I mean, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated has always been really like a bad car, but at least this one's better than Budweiser. I have no idea why. It's just me. So just, yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. However, you also got the Casey Kane Dodge, which, to be honest with you, really nice car. They finally decided to come up with a good car. And even though this is number 9, it's still better than Budweiser. Still better than Budweiser. Not even kidding you. So, I mean, it's a lot better than Budweiser, just because it says Casey Kane on it. You got Casey Kane on the front, which it's actually a pretty good design, though. Number 9, Casey Kane, Dodge Dealers, UAW Dodge, and Allstate. And I think, like, that's Ray Everham, like, on the back. But this is a pretty good car. Compared to Budweiser, I know it's probably a good car, but, golly, it's not as good as Casey Kane. Yeah, it's better than Budweiser. However, this is 2008, but they've also sold in 2009 and 2010. So, about 3 years for the number 9 Casey Kane Dodge. Like I said, not all named cars are bad. There's some that just freaking rock. Anyway, so here's one more. I really hate these stack of papers. This is probably going to be the last one of this because I'm going to have another part, and those were like all the beer sponsors. So here we go. So this one right here is the, wow, I'll tell you, can I keep a stack of papers in order? This is the 2001 Sterling Marlin Dodge. This one right here is actually pretty good. Now, I'll tell you what, I've seen like in NASCAR games, they're actually better, but, you know, this says at least Sterling Marlin on it, 40, Sterling Marlin, Ganassi, like right there. I'm sure it says Sterling Marlin on the back, but it's actually, it's definitely as good as the Coors Light, because, you know, they're both similar. Sterling Marlin, Coors Light, you know, you kind of get the whole idea. But, yeah, so I think Sterling Marlin has probably, like, the same design to it than the, with the, probably the Coors Light, like in NASCAR Thunder 2003. The Sterling Marlin Dodge is the same type as, like, the Coors Light Dodge. So, I have to admit, these cars are good. So, that's all I have to really say about these cars. I mean, they are really good. I would have to say that, you know, not all of them are bad. Just the number 2 car, and yeah, that's about it. That's the only ones that are like extremely bad. So, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later with another part.